when I tap on the augmented reality mesh plane or platform that's created by the AR controller script, it places a cat down. That's great. The only issue is I can keep on tapping on the same ground and you'll get multiple cats appearing, which you can see in the previous video. I prefer if there's just one cat, and from then on maybe taps and so on could change something else about the cats, maybe change its action, so or whatever we decide. So let's remove that part of the script where it has the ability to do multiple clicks. And then let's try it. Let's test it out. So let's go back into the script we have open up here, and let's try and find that part of the code where when you tap it actually places the cat prefab. So let's scroll down and find that point. So if we look on here, there's a point. All the tracking is happening in the update method, and when you tap, it's a touch event, and it's checking if there's how many points on the screen are getting touched. If there's less than one, it doesn't want to do anything. So 0, in other words, it just skips this part. If there is a hit, it will now create an anchor based off of that hit point, and then it will create an Andy. Oh, so this is JavaScript. There's a mix of JavaScript in here, which is alright. It's no big deal really. We got the Andy object, which is instantiated by our Andy prefab here, which is actually now our cat. So I'm going to probably change the names of this. This is a great naming scheme that we've got here. So let's do that now as well before I go any further. Otherwise it's just going to get confusing. Let me change this from Andy Android prefab. If I select this and I right click and go to refactor and rename, and that will not just change this, it will change every single script that also refers to this, as well as every other variable that has this name. So let's change this from Andy which is a huge saving of time, to cat prefab. I'm happy with that. And hit OK. I think that the scheme here is lowercase, so I'll follow what they've got here. And that works. And then let's also go down so you can see it's changed here to cat prefab. But this is the variable that they've created, so I'm also going to change this one. And all of these should change once I've done that. Although I can't. Where's the refactor toolbar? Oh, I think I might be able to just change it like this. There we go. Cat object. Good. Hit save. So this makes a bit more sense now. So we instantiate a variable based off of the cat prefab, based off the hit point. This is all great. I've got no issues with this at all. Of course, there's nothing checking how many cats we have, which is why we can create an infinite one. All we have to do that is create, well, we could have an int, and an int would allow us to put a limit on how many cats. So we could just have one, or we could do a boolean. That's really a choice that we can do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a public. I'm going to create an int. I'm going to create a public int, and I'm going to say number of cats allowed. I'm going to set this to 1. So only 1 cat is allowed, and that means if we change this to, obviously change this to 2 or 3, based off of our code, it would allow us to have multiple cats. I think that's a good way of thinking ahead in case we want to do something down the line. So number of cats allowed is 1. I'm also going to add another variable called current number of cats. Now we have how many cats we have at the moment, which is 0, and how many cats are allowed. And I'm actually going to change this to private. So let's take that and let's have a look over here. So the raycast is created here. So what we could do is all of this code we can wrap in another